Doing dissection, and we have Lanston, who's waving with his crayfish, and Tanley, and we will be showing crayfish dissection today. So, if you guys want to make sure you've printed off your crayfish dissection guides, I'm going to zoom in over here on Tanley's while we start the dissection, and we will get going. Maybe.
It's just no Morse code. No. Then I can't communicate with you.
All right. So, are you guys ready?
I guess so.
Okay. Place the preserved crayfish in the dissection tray.
Done.
Examine the chitinous exoskeleton. So all crayfish have an exoskeleton. What kind of skeleton do we have?
An endoskeleton.
Endoskeleton. Okay, number 2. The body is divided into 2 regions, the cephalothorax and the abdomen. The head and thorax fuse to form the cephalothorax. It is covered by a thicker, more protective section of the exoskeleton called the carapace. Can you point to the carapace?
Is this it?
Yep. Nope. Yep, that part, Lanston. It's much more built up. Identify each body region. So please show me where the cephalothorax is.
Isn't it here?
No. Cephalothorax.
Here?
Is all of its head and its body, and then the abdomen is down above its, by where its tail is.
It's cutting off its own hand.
All right, number 3.
Oh, no.
Observe the sensory organs of the cephalothorax. Identify the pair of compound eyes.
Eyes.
We found the eyes.
Okay.
Where is it?
Oh, only one person's watching.
Oh, here it is. There's the eyes.
We're being watched.
Okay. Identify, they are on the end of short stalks so that the eyes can be moved around.
Yeah.
Identify the large pair of antennae.
Boing.
And 2 pair of smaller antennules.
Boing.
Okay, number 4. The mouth is made up of 3 pair of structures. 1 pair of mandibles, which function like jaws and teeth, and 2 pairs of maxillae. 1 pair of maxillae functions in food handling, while the other creates a water current for gas exchange by pulling water through the gill chamber. Another 3 pairs of structures, called maxillipeds, also surround the mouth and are used for food handling. Please identify each of these parts on its mouth.
It's just like all in there.
Yeah, so if you, Tanley, if you put it up towards the camera, down lower. Hold on, it's trying to focus on you, so hold it still. Hold it still. You gotta hold it super still. Alright, so you can see where all the different little pieces are in there. Don't let it touch my phone. Tell me when to stop. Alright, so they have lots of little maxillae and maxillipeds around their mouth to pull in water and other food particles. All right, Lanston, we're going to come over here to yours for a minute. Okay. All right, are you guys ready for the next one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So, number 5. 5 pairs of walking legs can be found on the ventral side of the cephalothorax. Ventral is what?
Bottom.
Or your
Belly.
belly side. The first pair, called chelipeds, bear the large pincers. So their pincers or pinchers are actually the first set of 5 walking legs. They are also called chellae. Yep. They work as legs and they are their pinchers. Identify the 5 pairs of walking legs. Please make sure you can count them.
1, 2, 3.
No,
4,
Lanston. They're pairs.
5.
So you count down one side.
1, 2, 3.
Can you count down this side
4.
so I can see them?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I missed the front one.
Turn it sideways, maybe, and then you can count them better. Nope, turn it all the way sideways so you can see it up on the top. All the way over.
1,
There you go.
2, 3, hello, 4, hello, 5.
Very
hello.
good. Thank you. All right, number 6. The 5 paired appendages of the abdomen are called swimmerets or pleopods. So please turn it over.
1, 2,
No,
3, 4.
underneath it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
On the abdomen. There, Lanston's
1, 2,
finding
3,
it.
4, 5.
Yes,
Look,
on the
right here.
underbelly.
Right here.
So those are called what?
I have no idea.
Swimmerettes.
Swimmerettes,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
yes.
So those are called swimmerettes or pleopods.
Pleopods.
All right, number 7.
What's
At
this?
the posterior, what is posterior?
Look at mine. How's this one?
Is that the mouth end?
Nope.
No,
That's the anterior is the mouth end. The
The
posterior
butt.
is
butt.
the bottom end.
The
anals.
booty.
At the posterior tip of the animal is the central telson
Look at
with
this,
a
what it
flattened
is.
appendage called a uropod on each side. The telson and the uropods form the tail fan and are used for movement. Lanston, can you show us where the telson and the uropods are?
Like right in here.
So point us backwards. Point him to the camera.
They're like
Nope. Show us the underside of him.
this. Is it
Down lower, we can't see that. Up a little higher. There you go.
right in here?
Yep, those right there. Okay, so we have both the central telson, which is a flattened appendage called a uropod. On each side, there's 2. And then the telson form the tail fans and are used for movement. All right, number 8, we are going to start our dissection. Okay, I'm going to go back over here to Tanley.
Just a dance party.
Okay, number 8, with scissors, please cut away the carapace to expose the gill chamber on each side of the thorax.
What's the carapace?
Think about it.
Isn't
The
it this
super,
part?
no, Lanston,
The
you want to turn
super
it over?
hard part.
The super hard part.
So do we cut like this off and this off? Or do we
Probably
just go in like this?
you're going to want to cut it like that. I would also recommend, if you need to, gentle Lanston, don't squish. You're going to tear it apart. You may want to use your
Scalpel.
scalpel to make the first cut, and then you can use your scissors to add to it.
Toes.
Watch your fingers very carefully, please. Don't cut in too deep. You don't want to cut into its interiors.
Okay, do I gotta cut around this too?
No, you can probably just open that up through the center and pull them off to the side. So get your scissors if you need to. Cut it a little bit more, and then lift off those sides.
This part's hard.
Dang.
These are tough, boy.
They are tough. It's not easy. It's a very protective. It's a very protective shell to help
I
protect their
know.
insides.
Oh yeah, your insides are definitely protected.
So you guys have to think about when we're hunting animals, how hard is it sometimes to get to certain areas where we need to get to things.
Ooh.
You can actually pull it completely off, Tammy. Pull it completely off and set it to the side.
Give me them toes.
Yep, Lanston, don't grab the stuff underneath it, buddy. Make sure you're only getting the stuff on the top.
Ooh.
All right, while you guys are doing that, please listen. The gills function in gas exchange. Water moves through the gill chamber by actions of maxillae. What are maxillae?
I have no idea.
We learned this in muscles. What were the maxillae?
Isn't it like your breathing muscles and stuff?
They're like little hair tentacles that can catch some of the nutrients from the water.
Is that good? Is that?
That's perfect.
Oh,
Lanston, yours
a lot
looks good, too.
nicer than mine.
Look at this. I think
All right.
that's- Oh, that's
Please
squishy.
cut away one of the gills.
I already did that.
Is this the gill right here? This little side thing?
Yep. It's going to look very feathery.
This?
Nope.
I cut
Right
away the
here,
gill.
Tanley. So right, this is a gill.
Give me them toes.
This right here, this is a gill.
Toes.
Cut away one. And you're going to see that it has a very feathery pattern.
Yeah, I cut it away best I
Oh
could.
yeah, there's one, Lanston. Why do you think it has a feathery pattern?
To absorb water.
Not to absorb water.
Oxygen in the water.
To get oxygen in the water, what else? What else is in the water?
There's one.
Nutrients, to filter nutrients through the side because you don't just want water flooding inside your body.
Absolutely. It's getting the nutrients and other minerals and vitamins out of the water. All right, you guys ready for the next part? Number 10. Identify the following organs of the digestive system. You're going to flip him over. You're going to see where his mouth is. Please use your pointer to show us where the mouth is.
Mouth.
Hold on, let me get him.
Where's the mouth, Lanston?
Mouth.
Excellent.
Hold on, get my.
The mouth leads to an esophagus. Do we have an esophagus?
Yes.
Did the
What is
sponge have an
this?
esophagus?
No.
Did the mussel have an esophagus?
No.
Did the worm have an esophagus?
No.
Yes.
Yes, it did.
Oh,
The
yeah.
worm did. As we move up through the more higher level anatomy of different animals or different specimens, then we have more systems.
4 people
All
are
right.
watching.
So the mouth leads to an esophagus, which takes foods to the 2-part stomach. So crayfish have a 2-part stomach. Between these 2 stomach regions is a gastric mill containing 3 chitinous teeth that grind food material. Okay? So when you turn the crayfish back over,
Turn around.
we are going to be starting to take more of him apart to see, okay?
How do you know it's a him?
Actually, we don't. So turn him over. I think I can tell you whether it's a he or a her.
Oh,
If
his
you
leg
look,
fell off.
uh-oh, legs are gonna fall off. If you look at their tail, okay,
Okay.
there's a spot that underneath here, if it has, this one says this one is a male, and usually it's a little half circle. Let me look on yours, Lanston. Pull these 2 little legs away for a second. Nope, right up here.
Right up here?
Yeah. There's usually a little. Nope, yours doesn't have it. Taylor, let me see the underneath of yours. Okay. I forget exactly which one shows.
Do all of them do this?
Yep, that's their tail fan.
How do you think they swim?
That's how it swims.
It's like a peacock.
It's a tail fan. Okay, so
Actually, it's feet.
I'm trying to
It's
see
toes.
which part here shows the difference between the male and the female. And I think it's just that. I know on the grasshopper, there's actually a little symbol that you can see really well. Okay, here's something you can find. So look down under here, Lanston. All the way at the bottom, there should be like a little hole right there. That
Yeah.
is its final posterior end right there. You see that, Taylor?
Yeah.
That's its little anus. Okay, so continuing on. We're at number 10. So the chitinous 2 stomach regions have a gastric mill that grinds the food material. Okay? Observe the large digestive glands which secrete digestive enzymes into the cardiac stomach. It also absorbs nutrients from the pyloric stomach. So what I want you to do is turn him back over to the other side. You need to turn him onto his dorsal side with his ventral side up.
This way or the other?
Yep, that way. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to carefully cut between his legs.
Give him toes. Give him toes. This is not working. It's okay, we're just gonna pull him off.
Yep, make sure you guys are cutting away from your fingers.
Alright, we're just pulling him off at this point. Not the claws, though.
Don't go too deep, Lanston. You'll cut his insides. The other thing you can do is from the dorsal side, you can open him more, so you can pull off all of his.
Oh no.
Lanston, you can pull off
There goes his head.
all of his gas things. Don't pull his head off.
Right,
Jeez.
it was nice.
Okay, so now that you have his head off, you can kind of look in his mouth.
his
You guys
brain?
you can open his mouth.
That's brain.
That is his brain.
Yes, science with me.
A+ for the day.
A+ for the dick on his brain.
So don't get too rough, Lanston. You don't want to be pulling his head off or any of his
It
other
was an
appendages.
accident. I was trying to get them
So
toes.
Lanston, I want you to look at where his mouth is.
It's like right there.
Tanley, I also want you to look at where his mouth
See the
is.
little hole? It's
Hold on,
like
I want
right
to take this
there.
stuff off.
Wait, Mom,
Okay,
do
don't
these
flick your
whiskers
fingers.
like go sideways so I let him?
Are they whiskers?
Well, antennas, they like go sideways to let him in because these are like going sideways.
They basically go like this. So it opens and closes like your hands open and close.
Ah, so kind of like this. Oh.
I don't have very much time left. It's
You're fine.
like 11:30.
You're fine, Tanley.
The ultimate machine of war.
I have to be there in 12.
Let's see how many people are watching.
Lanston, can you see in here
4 people still.
his mouth?
Yeah, it's right here. It's right there.
Here, I'm going to have you show them the mouth since you've gotten its head off. Can you turn it so we can see in its mouth up higher? The camera's over here. Stay still for a second. It's got to focus.
Hold
on. It's got to focus on your little guy here. Okay, there we go.
Still, we don't know if
Where's
it's a
your
guy.
pointer?
We still don't know if it's a guy or not.
We don't. Where's your pointer?
Right there.
Okay, let's see if I can get it to focus. It's not focusing yet. There it goes. Okay, so point to its mouth.
Right there.
There's the opening. Okay. And then where did you see its brain?
Its brain be right there.
Okay. How are you doing, Tam?
I'm taking its head off.
Don't necessarily take its head off. You just want to get into its inside.
That's not the scientific term. The scientific term is behead.
All right. I'm going to move to the next part, number 12.
Number 12.
Absorption of nutrients continues down the intestine to the anus. Okay?
Anus.
So, where do the intestines go?
To the anus.
Through what part of its body?
The digestive tract.
This little thing here.
Through the digestive tract into what part of that is, what is that called?
The stomach, the anus.
What were the two regions?
The abdomen is...
The abdomen. And then where is the anus? Can you point to that?
Right at the end of the tail.
Turn yours over, Taylor, so we can see it. Down lower.
Is this little hole right here.
Let's see here.
What is that?
Yep, all the way at the end, that's where its anus is. So,
2 legs.
it comes
Why
down
are you
through
taking
there
all of its legs?
and then comes out
Trying
at
to
the
cut, and it
anus.
won't cut, so, yeah.
Okay. Number 13.
My poor
2
guy.
excretory organs called green glands or antennal glands are found near the base of the antennae. These glands excrete nitrogenous waste.
Is that weird stuff? Those weird, like, spikes?
Nope, it's not those weird spikes. At the base of each antennae are small openings for the green glands. Please locate these organs and their openings. So at the base of the antennae, Tanley.
At the base?
Yep.
These
At
little
the
things?
base of their antennae, there are little holes
find
called
any
green glands where they excrete nitrogenous waste because these animals bring in so much stuff from the ocean, or not ocean, but from water or wherever they're at.
Water animals.
They get a lot of nitrogen in them, and so they have to excrete
Yeah, right
it.
there. It's like a little black dot.
No, it's at the base, not
Their
the end.
eye, sis.
It's down closest to its head.
That's their eye.
Oh yeah, I see the little things.
Can you point to it on here?
Or isn't it this
Up
thing?
higher?
Like these little things. Get your crawdad out of my face.
Right below it.
This?
Keep going.
Stop!
Stanley, do you see the little... Keep going. Right there.
Like that.
Right there. Turn it a little bit more towards me. All right. Nope. Your pointer is not on the little circular area, Tanley. Put it on the circular area. Down lower. Right there.
Get your crawdad out of
Lanston,
the way.
please stop. All right. So that is the nitrogenous green gland that exchanges nitrogen waste. Okay?
Now I was going to do a procedure called putting his head back
Okay,
on.
number 14. The heart can be located just posterior to the stomach. Since crustaceans have an open circulatory system, the heart is not well developed and may be difficult to observe. So, as you guys are looking on here, I have the layout here of what all the internal areas are.
Just he's trying to put his head
So
back on.
here's where you're going to be looking for this, okay?
He's not the best surgeon ever.
The heart is right above the top at the end of the carapace, okay?
Huh? Like
So-
right here?
Nope. So look, yep, right there. Yep. So if you can cut along that back very carefully. So Lanston,
Trying to put his head back on.
you can carefully cut along the back of his abdomen here, his tail.
Well,
Don't go in deep though.
Aren't you getting cancer from that because you touched it?
No.
It has some juices on it though.
It does have some juices on it. You'll
How
be
many
fine.
people are watching us do this?
Only a
Tons.
few, but others will look at it
The
later.
whole
I've
world.
been embarrassed by 4 people.
You'll be fine.
This is. Get
I bet
open.
they're all mom's Facebook friends.
Or school people. Just he's trying to put his head on.
So the heart is not well developed and may be difficult to observe because it's not like our heart.
Is it this thing?
It's not an
This?
independent organ that functions by itself.
Is it this thing?
Nope, it's not that. So literally, Tanley, the heart is going to be, see this stuff right here on the top here? This soft stuff right here? That is actually the heart. So the heart is not very well defined like our heart. It literally is just like a membrane of material that helps with the circulation of the animal, of its blood. Otherwise, it's not developed like our heart is.
Get back on there.
Lanston, did you find the heart?
I think so. Is that the heart?
Nope, that's too big. So the heart literally, okay, see this little soft thing right here?
Yeah.
See it right on the top there?
Like that?
Nope, right where my finger is.
That?
That's the heart.
Whoa, that's small.
It's itty bitty. Yeah.
Okay,
All right, number
surgery.
15. The reproductive organs lie beneath the heart. In males, 2 white testes can be found, while ovaries can be seen in females. So internally, we might be able to see if you have males or females. So Lanston has a male.
Ooh.
Woo! See those right there? Let's see
I
over
think
here.
mine might be one too.
Let's see. Come over here,
I see
Lanston.
like a paley thing in
So
there.
Lanston, move your hand for a second.
My gosh, what'd you do to it?
All right, so
He's trying
those
to put
right
his head
there.
back
Can you
on.
point to it, Lanston?
Dude.
Right there, those 2 little white things. Those are the testes, which make it a male.
Goodbye.
Tanley, what do you have?
I have no clue.
Let's see what you have.
Raid
You have
Shadow
ovaries for a
Legends.
female or testes for a male. Okay, you have a female because there are no white testes. So yours is a female. The white testes are very observable. They're big white circles.
Mom, I have
So-
to leave in like 12 minutes.
Tanley, you are fine. We are almost done. All right. Here's the last part. Observe some of the additional structures labeled on the crayfish anatomy external and dissection diagrams. Once you have observed the structures of the crayfish, please
did it.
dispose of the specimen in accordance with local guidance from your teacher instruction. Okay, do you guys have any other questions from me?
Now, a word from our sponsor. Play Raid Shadow Legends.
You guys saying bye-bye?
No. I got it.
All right. Well, for any of my students, I will make sure I give you the link to the
Bye.
online crayfish dissection so you guys can do it online. And next week we will be doing which dissection, guys?
The
The
frog.
grasshopper?
The grasshopper. So
Oh.
actually we're doing it on Thursday. On Thursday we'll do the grasshopper.
Oh,
Hey, children, please be respectful with your specimens. Thank
he's
you.
destroying my baby.
Have a great day.